Word from the jungle, quarantine edition. I'm out here. You see my dude, Gap RNS. Y'all know him as Gap in the hood. Legend right here. And this is one of the elements of hip hop too, and street culture. Graffiti. But y'all don't know, do your homework. Do your homework. That's one of the elements of hip hop. Hip hop ain't just rap. You got more than just rap. There's 5 elements to hip hop, and this is one of them. It's one of the legends right here. A legend. I'm not gonna just say East New York legend. A legend, period. Legend with the can. Y'all see him? And a real one from these streets. One of my OGs. Word up.
It's gonna surprise a lot of people because a lot of people don't know I do this shit.
No doubt, see? They gonna bring light to that. Tell them this is one of the elements that we was raised on right here.
See, they know the gangster shit. They don't know I do this shit right here.
They do it for real.
Between breaks, this is what I did on trains.
Y'all see it too. Oh yeah, see they don't know. We gotta educate and school them. Tell them trains used to look. Niggas just get busy on them trains, man.
Facts.
Word. That A train at Grand Avenue, huh? They don't know about that, huh?
You know about that A?
The A at Grand. It's a fact, man. Graffiti go way back, man. Salute to all the pioneers, everybody that's active, man. Salute. That's another example of turning nothing into something. When this is finished, it's gonna look right.
See, we used to destroy the hood. Now we giving back to the hood and beautifying the hood. This is what it's about now.
No doubt, no doubt. How long you been painting, brother?
I started, actually, I hit my first train like 1984, 85. I lived right across the street from the train yard, so I couldn't help it.
No doubt, no doubt, no doubt.
I couldn't help it. I used to see older dudes going in there. I wanted to do the same thing. Here I am today.
So how I feel when you put your tag on the train and it's going through the city and you see it?
Like having sex for the first time in your life. Like you're a virgin all over again.
No doubt, no doubt.
And the beauty of it is, nobody knows you but you.
Right, yep. So right now, what make you still have love for it to come out and do it?
It's in my blood. This is like my second passion.
No doubt.
You see, you got crackheads that want to smoke crack. You got dope fiends that want to sniff dope. This is my vice right here. I'm addicted to graffiti.
Graffiti. Shit look good money, man. And the shit look kind of fun too. I'm standing there watching you. The shit look fun.
It is. It calms you down. It gets you into yourself. As you can see where we at. We in the hood.
Yes, sir. Yes,
East New York, Brooklyn.
Oh yeah. Oh, they better know where this is at. Just by looking at the scenery. Just looking at the scenery, you better know where you at. You better know where you at. Check the scenery. You better know where you at. That's a fact. It's the
Shout
East.
out to Ex-Vandals.
Ex-Vandals. So what's some of the crews from back in the day from East New York that used to get busy?
That's Too Ill right there, sick crew.
Okay,
We've been doing this since the 70s.
Okay.
Come, Illy.
Okay. Salute to Illy. Shout out.
Mr. Too Ill Ski, Roxwell, RNS, TBC.
This how dedicated he is. He done put paint all over his glasses.
Ex-Vandal. Yeah, we get it all over the place.
Okay.
Yeah, since 1972 I've been active.
Since 72?
1972. I'm one of the old jacks up in this back.
Oh wow, salute to you, bro.
Still competing.
Let's see what we doing over here. Let's see what we doing over here. Oh man, nice.
And I use a roll up too. What?
Okay, let me see here. Yeah, we see him.
I use a roll up. What?
Okay, you come from East New York too, brother?
East New York.
East New York all day. Some of East New York. Yep.
I used to bring him to pink houses when pink houses was pink houses. Meaning 85, 86, 87.
Salute.
East New York OG right here.
So back in the days, this kind of got you away from the stress of the everyday life, right?
Yeah.
Added to it.
Yeah.
It basically added to it. This calmed us down though.
Right.
You know, otherwise we was out there doing ruthless shit. You know, right now, especially at our age, you know, I'm near close to 60 right now. You know what I'm saying? So
I think that if I would have kept writing and ain't straight to the streets,
you've never been into trouble.
I wouldn't have took the long vacation that I took. You know what I mean?
No doubt.
This keep you out of trouble. This keep you focused on what you're doing in life.
All right, word from the jungle, back with your boy Mickey Bundles. We here with some real graffiti legends right here, and we had a question. Why come hip hop don't celebrate graffiti like it used to?
Because the whole game has changed. Now it's more commercial, like.
Right.
You know, not to mention any names, because I'm good for that. I mention any names, I get too crap. But you know, there's people out there who rapping, but they think they're rapping.
Right.
You know, when we look at it, all right, fine and dandy, you're doing what you're doing, but if it don't make sense to the old folk who will knock it, who are the ones who are making the money for you, you know what I'm saying? Then you have to elevate your shit.
And we had a question, man. We were saying, why come graffiti isn't celebrated in hip hop as much? And before we had to, you know, had a technical difficulty, we back.
We back.
So brother, want to elaborate on that?
Yep.
Peace, my brother.
Peace up. Bottom line is, you know, graffiti is still underground. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So when we do celebrate, the normal Joe don't see that. You know what I mean?
Okay.
But we celebrate it in our own way as far as the culture goes, even though it is one part of our all culture. You know what I mean? But when it comes down to the music and the dancing aspect of it all, you know, they do their own thing. You know, not realizing there's 5 forms of this culture. You know what I'm saying? So they celebrate 2 or 3 together. The other 2 are left alone. You know what I mean? So it ain't like we don't celebrate it. It's just we underground. We don't keep it out there. You know what I'm saying?
Not to cut you off though, but I think hip hop got too materialized, meaning that they got away from the message at hand, which is saving our people. Instead of, it's about the bling, it's about the cars, it's about the dope you selling, it's about the coke you selling. It's no message. It's no education today in hip hop. So
no positive, no.
If ain't nobody speaking on positive things, then graffiti is left out.
Right.
Because we considered the outlaws of hip hop.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, it's about expression. This is not a crime. We doing this legitly. We got legit jobs today. Whereas yesterday we was riding on trains. We didn't have a clue of what we was doing. But now, this is almost $1 billion business right here.
Yeah, I see.
What I'm doing right now. And I'm doing this for free.
GAP. I just really looked at that now. Looking, I see it. Yeah. That's what's up. So, you know, sometimes they say graffiti, like before they was viewing it as a crime, or they would say graffiti is ruining the neighborhood. But now it seems like the corporations took graffiti and made millions of dollars off of it.
Made it commercial. Hats, clothes.
Yeah.
I could flip this over, right? For instance, I got on a Gap hoodie, but I got it on backwards, right?
Right.
This is the Gap store. Who stole my name?
Right.
But we ain't gonna go there.
Should have had your shit copyrighted.
Right. Right. And that's the key. If we don't know, then it's up for grabs.
Right.
So that's why you behind the camera, you educating people that don't know nothing about graffiti.
Right.
That don't know nothing about East New York.
Yes, East New York legends, man.
That's what we do.
We gotta tell our story.
Peace to the gods too.
Peace to the gods, man. Yo, and you know, I finally get a chance to chop it up with you, Gap. You know what I mean? You one of my mentors, man. One of my OGs, man. I got like a couple of questions. Then we not gonna like I said, I don't promote the street aspect of things and talk about all that other shit. But I just want your take on one thing. How you feel about a lot of dudes telling stories that wasn't there and profiting over other people's lives?
Well, those same individuals, they got to answer to that. Because a lot of things that they talk about, they have no knowledge of what they talking about. They hearing secondhand information.
Right.
Third-hand information. How Puffy said it, the king of the remix, that's what these dudes is doing. They remixing shit.
Fact.
And them same individuals, like I said, they gonna have to answer for that.
I said it sometimes, so that's like a dangerous game, right?
Yeah. Yeah, actual fact.
That's why I try to stay away from that.
You know, I hear the little DVDs, I hear the records, and I hear the interviews, but these individuals that you're talking about, you never met. You never met them.
They weren't there. They weren't
So
there.
you take a story that you heard, you remixing it and making it into your own story.
Yeah, they're scratching and perpetrating who they really are, but yet they didn't pay dues.
Right.
But because you saying you was there and nobody's opening their mouths and say they never saw you there, they're making their point across like if they weren't there.
But you have individuals that's on the streets now. I'm not gonna mention no names.
Right.
There's a lot of individuals that's on the streets that these rappers is talking about. That these, how should I put it? Interviewers talking about. They on the street. But when these individuals step up to you and say, okay, I need to be paid for you using my name. What y'all gonna do then?
True shit.
What y'all gonna do?
They profiting off of people's stories, man.
So I'm telling you now, don't put my name in none of your interviews. Don't mention me in none of your books. None of that, because I want my bread at the end of the day.
That's a fact. And for those
I
who
got
don't know,
kids to feed.
school them. You from East New York? Where, my brother?
Pink houses,
You
Cypress,
already- you already-
Plaza, Medina. This is where we at, East New York.
That's a
Brownsville right there.
It's a fact. Right up the way. Y'all know where this is at. If you don't know, you ain't from the East or from Brooklyn, you know where this is at. That's a real fact. My nigga Gap always a real one, man.
Already know I'm here, bro.
So what's the difference? How the streets changed from back in the day, from your heyday to now?
Well, right now, ain't no respect in the streets. The streets ain't never had no respect or no love for nobody. But I'm gonna say this to the younger generation. Don't get caught up in all this glamour and glitz, because there's a dark side to this thing, man. And it's called murder. And if you ain't ready to play this game for real, stay out these streets. That's it.
It's a fact.
Everybody want to be a gang member. All right, that's all fine and dandy. But ask yourself this: when you get behind them bars, is your man gonna be there? Is your man gonna send you a package? Is your man gonna come up in the mountains to visit you? Leave money on your books. Make sure your family is good. So think twice when you're in these streets acting like you tough.
That's a fact. And most dudes are gang members, but not gang bangers. Learn the difference.
Right.
Learn the difference. If you ain't willing to gang bang, leave it alone.
Yo, the game has changed because of the computers.
Right.
All right.
That's a fact.
You got people that don't have no contract, but they're all over the internet thinking they're rapping. You know what I'm saying? Now they get famous, but then they forget where they came from. Meanwhile, you out there trying to sling something that you claim you're original about, but everything's been copied. Everything's been copied. It's very hard to say you ain't never heard that shit before. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's a big difference today.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's a real fact right there.
Let me tell you something. You play some Marvin Gaye with some good, fast beat rapping, you know what I'm saying? Guess what? Marvin Gaye did it already though. Don't say that you're first. You know what I'm saying?
True words from a real OG, man.
One of the biggest and well known to this day would have been a monster, Biggie.
Yes.
If P. Diddy didn't tell him use Juicy, how far Biggie would have went without using something old? You gotta get used something old to make your new better. So I want to hear this. Oh, I never heard that before.
In other words, remember where you came from. That's what he's saying. Remember where you came from, and remember the OGs that came before you. Don't never be afraid to ask questions, because everybody got a story to tell. Everybody got a story to tell.
Every path has been paved. Every path has been paved. You just happened to find that path. But when you found it, it was already paved. You know what I'm saying? You didn't come out there and made a path through the forest or some desert. You know what I'm saying? You followed somebody. Somebody was there before you.
Actual fact.
True shit. So you want to shout out some of the legends, some of the greats, man? Those is the graffiti shit, man.
It's too many to name, man, but I'm gonna say it like this, man. A lot of my people is still behind bars, and a lot of my people is on the street. and they trying to survive. But like I said, all these hip hop records and these magazines and these videos and DVDs, don't get caught up in the hype, because there's some real shit behind these videos and these DVDs, man, and these books and all these magazines. Dudes are still in the streets.
Right.
And they not trying to get caught up because they got families to feed. They got babies to look out for. We ain't these same individuals that we was running around when we was 15, 16 years old, you know, doing what we was doing. I'm not trying to have these little kids glorify me and say, oh, I know Gap. I remember Gap from back in the days, and Gap was doing this, and Gap was doing this. Nah, look at Gap for who he is today. Look at where I came from and look at where I am now.
That's a fact. And if y'all know this man's story, which we ain't going to really talk about today, y'all know his backdrop, you know exactly what he talking about. And I respect you, brother, because you're one of the few that as soon as you touch down, you hit the street running, you got back, you changed it around, you got you a good ass job. Shit, you got a job better than some niggas who never been to prison. You know what I'm saying? Bro got him a job, bro went straight, and he was an inspiration to me. Like, yo, nigga, da 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 da. I'm like, yo, and look, I'm in too, and we both in. Same, we ain't gonna tell you where, same agency.
Don't be afraid of change.
Right.
See, that's where we get caught up at too. If you got your homeboy telling you, man, listen, man, we could get this money on this block. Nah, dog, go get a job. Go get a job. It's not hard to do.
A hustle temporary, a job is everlasting, baby.
Let me add a little something to that. You know, there's legends out there you ain't never even heard of. And if it wasn't for them, we wouldn't be where we at right now. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? The only reason why you ain't never heard about them, because they ain't want to go commercial. They don't want to be sensitive.
They don't want to
do them. They want to do them. You know what I'm saying? The day that they want to shine, invite them, pay them, and let them do their thing. Just because you never heard of them don't mean they're not there. There's many legends out there. I'm talking about in graph. I'm talking about in music. I'm talking about music writing. I'm talking about instruments. I'm talking about people, Babyface. Before he started singing, the dude was a beast.
Yes, sir.
He only sang because he had songs that he couldn't figure out who he can sell them songs to. So he sang them and became rich. Think about it.
I want to say something else too, man. And like, our people is at it's crazy in these streets right now, because we killing each other for nothing. I want to know, you know, these little dudes running around in these gangs, what's the purpose you bang for? What's the real reason you in these streets doing what you doing? Because like I said, I was one of them little youths too. Out of control, thought I was tough, until they put me behind bars for half of my life. Ain't none of my homeboys come through. When I saw my homeboys, guess what? They was in there with me. So they couldn't help me, and I couldn't help them. And I had to learn the hard way on my own. So don't get caught up in this hype, man. Everybody want to be tough. You know what tough is? Tough is surviving on these streets, doing something positive, and having the seniors look at you and say, you know what? He changed his life around.
Yo, tough is raising your kids with no one else's help. Tough is paying your bills without having to look over your shoulder because you're doing it illegally. Like,
he's
you know
no longer a menace to society. He's an asset to society now.
It's real, man. Salute to my brother Gap, man. Y'all know, man, if he was to make a movie or a book, you would buy it, trust me, man. But we ain't here for all of that today, you know what I mean?
That's true fact, bro.
We here for something else, positive, street shit, show you this man changed his life around. He stuck to his roots, he's still doing what he loved to do, and it's therapeutic, I could tell, man.
Yeah.
I could tell. Salute, y'all see it? That's hard, GAP, salute East New York, salute to my dude P-Ski, what up? Cosmic Power, what up?
He supposed to been coming through. I don't know what happened to him.
Salute to what's homie? I know he's attacked everywhere. Rolly. That's a
shout out to TNV.
Yeah.
Shout out to TNS. Shout out to TBC. These is all East New York graffiti crews. Sick crew in the building. RNS in the house. Y'all know what it is. East New York till we die, yo.
Y'all already know, man. Word from the jungle, man. Y'all know where this is at, man. I'm gonna go one more time before we word from the jungle, man. Broadway Junction. Y'all see what it is, man. Atlantic Avenue. East New York, man. Our home, sweet home, man. Salute, everybody. Word from the jungle.